Hey there, Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move your life forward in the most positive way possible. And we still have glitchy going on, but I do have a camera on order, so that will be getting better. I'm going to focus down on the cards. While I shuffle these out, I'm going to let you know about your channeled message. This is for 2 weeks. This is for Monday, May 11th. Through May 17th, and then I will timestamp for the second week, which is the 18th through the 24th of May, and I'm going to start with the channeled message, and everything will be timestamped for you. So be sure and follow along, and then come back next week, because it's too hard to remember, I think, in between. So the channeled message was really cool for you, Aries. I really enjoyed it. It was what I saw was this old wooden bucket. I was looking down into it, and it was filled. And then as my visions tend to pan out, and as things started panning out, I saw there was an old-fashioned well up on the hill. Kind of think about like Jack and Jill went up the hill, right? It was a nice grassy hill. It was sunny. The slope was filled with dandelions, and I heard going back to the well. And I said, is that emotional? Or is that the career? Or is that going back home? And Spirit said that you would know. You would know where you are comfortable, what you're comfortable with. This is going to be different than, I guess, for each of you, depending on what else is going on in your life, is where are you comfortable? Where are you going back to the well? Where are you dipping back in? But it was this beautiful, wonderful energy, and the dandelions were yellow. So the thing about dandelions that I really like is they're about propagating. And so when they're yellow, they're still new, they're still growing, there's still an idea that's germinating, that's working, and then they become those little puffballs where you're supposed to make a wish and blow them. And that is how you spread your ideas out. And so it's not quite time to send all of your ideas out into the world, which doesn't surprise me considering the state of things, but it is definitely time to be considering what it is that brings you the happiness, what brings you the joy, what are your wishes. So it's basically, you had a wishing well. You basically had a wishing well, which is just lovely. So, let's see here. Let's go ahead and get into the week. So this is for week May 11th through May 17th, and so we start out with that moon in already in Capricorn, and Saturn is going to go retrograde on the 11th or the 12th, depending on what part of the world you live in. And so everything's starting to slow down. Saturn's in Aquarius, but it's going to start backing up and going back into Saturn, into Capricorn. And so it's a revisiting of the ground that we have already covered this year. But it's a chance to integrate the lessons. It's a chance to kind of slow down, take a look at it. And actually, Monday has really nice energy. It's a really great day for... Okay, so say you have daylilies, and daylilies are out there and they're just propagated all over the place, and you need to split them up and share them with people, so it's kind of that kind of energy, because Mercury is going to move into Gemini, and it's about taking your ideas and spreading them around to see where there's new opportunities for growth and success. And so it's that energy, and it's all about this need to regain your balance, to find your balance. And so you have here, allow the universe to bring you miracles of money and cash to help you along the path. So that starts with those I am statements, right? You are the manifester of your life through the words you speak, through the choices that you make and the attitudes you adopt. And so when you use those I am statements, I am abundance, I am prosperity, you are opening the door to the magic flow of money from the universe. And so I really recommend doing that in the evening before you go to bed into a cup of water. And then when you get up in the morning, drink the cup of water. And then pour yourself another one and do it into the water. Water holds the energy of your words, because then you drink it, your cells are 70% water, so now your body's holding the energy of your words. And so it is a really great way to accelerate the manifestation for yourself. Oh, this is lovely. Okay, so So on Tuesday, the moon is going to move into Aquarius at 11:39 a.m. So basically around noon here, Eastern Daylight Time. And a couple hours later, it's going to come into conjunction with Saturn. We have all kinds of things happening. We've got Venus going retrograde that day. We've got Mars moving into Pisces. It is a day of movement. It is a day of all kinds of things going on. And it is about finding what is beautiful in your world. Where can you cut something out, cut it back, and have the resilience to move things forward? See, when you trim back the dead wood off of a plant in the spring, you get new growth, and it is about an opportunity to look for where's the wisdom and the lessons. Saturn, in particular, is all about seeking the wisdom and the lessons, and we've got planets starting to move retrograde. Before we get on Thursday, we've got Jupiter going retrograde. So by the time we get out of this week, we have 3 planets that are going to be going retrograde. And so it is a time to slow down and distill the information and the lessons from the past several months into wisdom. Knowledge and experience become wisdom because you have a new beginning. You have a new beginning, and it's the daffodil. So it's a very spring flower coming up. So again, with the yellow. So I don't know what your color card is going to be this week, but I think that that yellow, that new birth, that rebirth, right? Daffodils come up around Easter time. It's about the rebirth. It's the end of the cold, hard winter into the spring. It is an opportunity to see what is happening. You're going to want to do a little thinking on your feet. When that moon comes into conjunction with Saturn, you might have to really think about where things are in your life, and you might have to be a little speedy with your thoughts. But the moon in Aquarius makes that a lot easier. So Wednesday is also an opportunity to kind of with that Mars and the Pisces energy. Others may start to see the wisdom in the way you think outside of the box. But with Venus sitting on top of the North Node, which she only does every 8 years or so, it's an opportunity to see, do your realities mesh with that of your partners? So a little slowing down, some conversation. When things are slow, when Mars is in Pisces, the energy gets slower. Mars rules your sign, and you're all action and action. But when Mars hits that deep water of Pisces, it's like falling off your skis, in the water. All of a sudden you're just like going down. So it slows things down. You can't move as fast, but it's an opportunity to really kind of work your way through it. And at the same time, on Thursday, we've got the moon also moving into Pisces. So the Mars and the moon are going to come into conjunction, I don't know, at some point right there, within minutes, I'm going to guess. Oh, yeah, within about 3 hours or so, 3 or 4 hours. So Friday, really foggy thinking. So just plan for it. Don't overschedule yourself for Friday if you can. We also have the moon in a nice aspect with Uranus and Taurus. And so connecting to spirit and having some surprising information coming to you if you will take the time to slow down and allow this to happen. And it's a really good time to sit down and think about what you're grateful for. And what are the promises that you're making to yourself? So this is about protection. This is about what can you do for yourself, and we also have self-care. So Spirit's really asking you to slow down on Friday and Saturday and make some time and some space for yourself. There is an opportunity to kind of finish up things around, projects and stuff, but doing them in a without being overscheduled, so that you have time to be a little fluffy in the head, because you almost can't help yourself. Sunday, the moon is going to move into Aries at 9:38 in the morning, and this is a great day to pay attention to your dreams, but start thinking about your action steps. And you have Green Man. Green Man's all about abundance. So again, I am abundance. I am prosperity. These are the things that you bring in. It's pushing through the resistance. It's pushing through the resistance, I think, that you feel. Like, I feel like I'm stuck in mud, or I have to change the way I'm thinking about things to make this happen, to make this go the way I really want it to go. So what do I need to do to get there? And so I really want to encourage you to consider, really tapping into that I can push through this way of thinking, because I actually can. I am capable of that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the the next section here and do the next week. And so while I'm doing this, I think it's a good time to remind you to always check out your sun, your moon, and your rising. The messages that you get here may not resonate as strongly as they do at other times. So your moon sign, that's how you feel about things, and your rising sign, that's how you interact with the world. It's kind of what you do. It's kind of how you handle things. And your sun sign, that is the one everyone's most familiar with. It's how you feel inside. That it's not how the world sees you, and it's also not how the planets are interacting with you. So it's really a good idea, if you can, to check out what your chart is, so that you're more prepared for things as they go along in your life. I think you will find a lot of interesting things when you get into your chart. So also, if you want to take a second there and hit that thumbs up button, I really appreciate it. It connects your energy to mine, and when you leave me a comment, I put your name in my book of names, and we can use that to, when I'm meditating, to get messages that are more likely to resonate for you. Oh, here's what I'm looking for, is the green man. Okay, so we're going to start out on Monday with that moon still in Aries. And it is, the moon's also going to come into conjunction with Chiron there, and really early in the morning. So you might wake up feeling a little out of sorts, feeling a little, wound up about some things that maybe need to be healed. And it might be in the financial sector because of some of the cards that you had come up last week, but you have the abundance card here. You have the abundance card. And so this is about surrendering to the divine, understanding there's divine timing for things, and being willing to release control at times, release what we believe, what we feel, being willing to release and let things go in order to allow the flow of abundance to come to us. That is, so using the affirmations, but maybe not, I am going to get a promotion on September 3rd of 2020, no matter what. When you make it very specific like that, it's not that you can't manifest it. It's just more difficult, and you're also shutting down adjacent opportunities to come to you. And so oftentimes Spirit brings us things that are more valuable than you could ever imagine, more abundance than you ever imagined. So if you just open up to the flow of the abundance of the universe, surrender the need to control what it looks like, I think you're going to be really surprised by what comes to you. And I understand on Monday and Tuesday, with some of like the moon squaring off with Pluto and with Jupiter, and then it moves into Taurus at the end of the day, and that squares off with Saturn. There's this sense of what I actually see is like this little race car revving its engine, but they haven't said you can go yet. It's just like, I'm tired of sitting on go, is what I just heard. I'm tired of sitting on go. So there's going to be that kind of a sense of frustration, but you can get through this. You can do this with strength. You can do this with strength when you tap into your inner strength. It says, this challenge will make you stronger. You will get through to the other side. Look for the gifts in the situation. So finding the peace. And we also have this void of course moon, which void of course moon is actually, this time it's coming on Saturday, but I like to put it before the new beginning because I feel like it's an opportunity to settle down, to relax into the opportunity for the new moon, and to just take a breath and relax in. And so looking for the gifts in the situation, it starts with being grateful for what is good. The more grateful you are, the more you are going to attract the higher vibrational, abundant opportunities into your life. And so you might really find that works for you. I think on Wednesday, when the sun is going to move into Gemini, by the way, on Wednesday at 9:49 a.m. So happy birthday to all the Geminis out there. Right after that, the moon comes in conjunction with Uranus. And I think that there's an opportunity for you to be a little surprised by some of the things that you might be feeling. So, feel into the energy. It's really nice. It's calming. But it's also about being practical and what can you do to bring your dreams out of the ethers into reality. And so using the opportunity when that moon moves into Gemini, and then while the sun is in Gemini for the next 28 days, to create plans through research, through ideas that come to you, and vetting them out and seeing what flies and what doesn't. You know, what feels really good, what makes sense to you, where are you comfortable with that energy. I think you can really create something special for yourself using this energy. Okay, so the moon is going to move into Gemini on the 22nd at 9:36 in the morning. This is Eastern Daylight Time. By 1:39 p.m., we have the new moon. So I was thinking a lot about this new moon because the North Node just moved into Gemini. And then North Node is the nodes of the moon. It's the energy where the moon and the sun kind of intersect, okay? And so it's kind of like trying to catch the rhythm of life right now. And where is it going to take you, and choosing what makes you happy, choosing the rhythm that you want to dance to. It's kind of like you have that choice. You can go to, you know, those old-fashioned jukeboxes and you look at all the selections, and what do you want to put your quarter in for? Where do you want to put your time and your energy into? So it's an opportunity to look at a lot of different possibilities. And we also have Mercury conjuncting with Venus in Gemini that day. And so really, what do you love? What do you love? What do you, if you could have anything, this is your big wish, what would you love to have happen? And then start researching it. Start figuring out how to do that. There's a story about these two wolves, and one's good and one's evil, and I don't really know all the details. Like, it's a Native American story, and it's beautiful when it's properly told, which is not what's going to happen right now. But the boy says to his grandfather, who's really wise, which one is going to win? Because they were fighting. And he said, the one that you feed will be stronger. And so here's your opportunity. What dreams do you want to feed, that you want to grow? Because with that new moon, it is about planting your seeds of intention. And what's really interesting is that this is happening so close to when the node shifted. There's so much power and energy. A moon cycle is about 18 months, and the North Node moves about every 18 months. And so it feels to me like the seeds of intention that you're planting really will carry out, and you will probably see some really amazing results from them about a year and a half from now. So this strength up here is from like the strength that you get when you're tempered steel. Tempered steel is created by taking metal, beating the crap out of it, sticking it in a fire, melting it down, pulling it out, folding it over on itself, beating the crap out of it, sticking it back in, and every time they do it, it gets stronger, and it gets stronger, and it gets stronger. And so all the things that are happening that you're like, yeah, but I'm doing this and nothing's happening. You're getting stronger, and you're learning things. So how can you take this new beginning, this new opportunity, and really realize that you can take it somewhere and you can really get to where you want to go, and be willing to accept the help and the guidance of the universe, of your spirit team. You need to ask for help so you can get there. So you're being asked to bring things into balance. Abandon your prejudice and ego so you can see the true colors of your world and feel the happiness that is achieved through the balance. Find harmony with all things material and spirit. Be at peace. And so you're getting somewhere. It just may not feel like it. Oh, and this new moon says the answers you need are coming. They are coming. There's just, you know, where you're revving your engine. You're just sitting there revving your engine right now, and you're like, seriously? Are you really going somewhere? Because I can't tell. I can't tell. Well, you are. You're really going somewhere. So, all right, I am going to be doing the bi-weeklies from now on so that my videos only come out on Monday. Thursday videos get lost. And so that way I can do the monthlies and the mid-monthlies also on Mondays and get some things in rhythm here. Look at this. You have silver, be persistent, and you have azure, protect yourself. And I think this is that protection that came in from last week, that need to self-care, to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself over the weekend of, you know, the 16th, the 17th, you know, kind of just go ahead and close in on yourself and nurture yourself and take care of yourself. But be persistent in your dreams and your goals and plant those seeds and do the research. Sunday is a really great opportunity to do the research that you need to do Sunday the 24th. But because the moon is going to conjunct conjunct Mercury, there is a possibility for a little firing off of the mouth. So watch out for that. It could be you, it could be someone with you. So, protect yourself from that and be persistent in going after your dreams. That silver is beautiful. All right, you guys take care, and I will see you back here on Monday when we will be doing the Gemini reading for the month of Gemini. All right, so it'll be, the monthly season of Gemini. All right, I will see you then. You take care.